There are a lot of games in the Choose Wisely Festival, and of all of them, the one I'm the most interested in, and maybe the most torn on in some ways, is Glass House. It is gritty and dark. It's not my usual, style, let's say, but it's beautifully animated, and the soundtrack is nice. The concept is really interesting. I'm just going to take you into it. I'm not going to try to cast too many judgments one way or the other on some of the beliefs shown in here. It is something else. So this is Glass House. I hope you'll enjoy. Now keep in mind it is in playtest. This is very early, but it's well designed.
The fiefdom of London stock. He's waiting for you to feast on each other before it blooms in a dazzling explosion. This is your last day, Weald, and I am sorry for that.
We play as Weald. The world around us has sort of fallen apart, and we have to try to hold it all together. We're going to start with the political compass. It shows your current political build. As you progress, you spend points of view in any of the 4 major ideologies. In this world, each one of them, it maybe is held by someone and maybe represented by them in their actions, their beliefs, and you can try to interface with that using points here. Anarchism at the center of it all. I guess a belief that any of these systems is going to have their problems to such an extent that you can't allow any of them to really hold control. I think that's it. And I'm not totally sure if I'm understanding it right, but I'm trying to explain each of these in a way that represents them without being overly critical, because personally, I might take issue particularly with, let's say, colonialism. The idea here is that no matter what happens, if someone else has more power, they can sweep over the other belief systems and therefore take control. And so you want in colonialism to make sure you're the one who maintains control and to do what you can to maybe take over other threatening beliefs or systems to just maintain your own. Every part of the society, this is whole system, every part of the society kind of has a function and a role, and we respect that and we allow for that. This one, feudocratism, is very like, just allow markets to do what they're going to do, allow the system to do what it's going to do. We need to have a system above that to make sure it can operate. But besides that, we're just going to let it do anything that it can, and we're not going to step into heavily to that. Not going to overregulate or whatever. Feudocratism, it's essentially like you have your people, maybe a large set of people, and each one of them ought to have basic rights, and those rights should not be massively, outweighed by someone else's rights. In this end stage world, there's room to have some criticism for all of them. Each of these is going to have their arguments. We'll see them play out over the course of the game. I'm going to try to be a little bit more neutral than I might otherwise be. I might personally lean towards holisticism, let's say, but I'm going to try to, for the most part, give one into each. Colonialism will be left with only one because it is my least favorite option. But again, as we see how the game plays out, yeah, that'll be very interesting. Let's go in. I want to kind of get through that first part. There's a lot you can talk about at the beginning there. You just kind of want to get past that, get into the game, and understand how those things will play out. So dialogues allow you to talk to people, examine objects, explore the world. Right. Advanced dialogue can be more than words. Depending on the situation, they can contain quick-time events, puzzles, resources. So this is mostly a narrative game, right? I mean, that's what Choose Wisely Festival is all about, is all these narrative games. But there's also quick-time events, puzzles. There's collecting and crafting things that go along as well. Some dialogue choices will be unavailable to you. That depends on your beliefs or what you specialized into. All right, let's go. Or need an item as well. So here's the director. There's a specter haunting the fiefdom of London stock. For a split second, Wealdmar, which is me, or Wealdmare, Wealdmar thought that he had seen it, a real one. Sadly, it was nothing more than his own reflection. London stock has been locked down for 57 days. The mind grows parched when each day feels already lived. Look outside the window. Dozens of red-blue aeroglobes rose and flew above the London stock skyline. The choir. And each of these, I don't know. So the director is like the narrator, but the choir, they are an inner voice, I think, at least so far. The rich are fleeing. War is at our doorstep. The fiefdom is burning. Which side will you be on? I can actually choose one of these. So protect and conserve the feudocratic society. There's nothing more important. Or I've got bigger fish to fry. I don't actually have to choose a side. I can choose to choose a side. I don't know what it means. I'm going to not choose a side for now. I've got bigger fish to fry. Think about the dream. You can't remember anything. You're off your nut. But you feel guilty, you do. Why do I always feel guilty? You want to be remembered as one of the good guys. No one still really knows who the good guys are. I should tell the doctors to take the dose down a notch. No, you're doing great. You're a fucking tiger. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, Chief. Why do I feel like I'm late for something? You must feed the people. You're the deputy condo chief wailed. Remember? Skip a meal for Tim, and you'll find the dormitory up in flames. Golly, am I the chief? Deputy chief, and yes, you have been since the 2021st cycle. About 7 cycles wailed, and cycles seem like years, more or less. This morning, I feel as if I'm someone else's body. Is that your subtle way of telling us you don't remember where to get the rations? Restroom, 2nd floor of your bloody shack. You're really broken, aren't you? Are these an inner voice? Are they someone speaking to me? I didn't get too far in, but I wanted to kind of reset with an understanding of what the game actually is like. Because there's a lot to cover, and it's really easy to get wrapped up in the politics of it. Welcome to the world of Glasshouse. Left-click on the ground to move and start exploring your surroundings. You can interact with most things and people. Left-click on any highlighted object to interact with it. The world is full of interesting things. Use tab to highlight all interruptible objects. Tab. Tap, tap, tap. Let's go. So we'll start here. This is a crafting bench. The idea here is that you have this knowledge. You have things you've already discovered in the top right, and you have your material to use within those discovered things. So if I got some different materials, I could create more bandages. I could create onion soup for food. I don't have a whole lot of that going on. In the top center here, you see my storage. Bottom center is my inventory, my personal inventory, where you have bandages and tallies. I don't know what tallies do. I'm just going to leave the crafting bench there. I would like to grab a lot. Let's just start here. You're tired, not from today, but of life. Yet there's still much to do. What else is there to do? It's 4 a.m, Deputy Condo Chief. The day has just begun. I don't care. McKenna does. Don't piss her off. McKenna. Okay, McKenna is maybe someone who is a go-getter, someone who wants to get stuff done. I want to sleep. The body is weak, but the mind is strong. Let me sleep. No, no. How do I firmly do a voice that is subdued? But let's go. Why? Why? It wouldn't be entertaining. You're not lazy, you're just scared. All right. A work bag left alone for 57 days. You would love paid vacation. All right, here we go. Take the scissors, take the work badge, take this. I can double click this, put it in my library, and then within that, the library contains all the documents, books, and various items you've collected over time. And I'm trying to kind of go through some of this a bit quicker so you can get into more parts of the game. But I also want to show you off what it is, because a big part of this game is definitely the systems, the lore, like what's going on in the background. The Londoneer, 36th Jumanath. And there's a lot of words here as well that be hard to pronounce, which I might kind of skip over a bit. Apologies. I'll try my best. Bathed in the first rays of the thesis, the Great Feudal Council gathered in Newborn announced on the Kind Journal microphones that Lunenstock is in a lockdown. Following the Kofo Po claim of the dramatic disappearance of Magrave Aldered, Lunenstock showed its iron fist and deployed a massive DCB contingent in Lunenstock. Lundax. I also don't know what a lot of these things even are. I think you're thrust into a world. It's meant to be a world that already exists with all its systems, all the things that go on, all its lore and history and political struggles, and you are just doing your best to keep up. From today until further notice, all feudal and privatized activities are closed, and citizens are required to remain in their dormitories. Wages for all feudal workers will continue uninterrupted. Enjoy your early vacation. Are we on vacation? Does it feel like a vacation right now? Yeah, I don't know about that one. And I'm going to get Examine Box, a package from the Gavin Industry. You won't be able to open it easily, but I have scissors. Gavin Industry was famous. Gavin Industry was famous for its formidable supplies of glue and adhesive tapes, one of the few privatized companies left in Lunenstock. All right, use the scissors. Take the Gavin Lube. Thanks, Gavin. Your help is appreciated. There's a lot to find here. Examine surface. On the bedside table, there's a glass of tap water, an empty bottle. I should say, On the bedside table, there's a glass of tap water and an empty bottle of medical opioids. I'm going to try to remember to do voices, but if I forget, I'm not going to go back and do them like that every time. Don't worry, Wailed. They'll refresh us again later. Open the drawer. Take the tallies. Love to see it. And a cage. Good Luke's cage has been empty for 3 days. Sooner or later, everyone abandons you. Gosh. So it feels like the director is pretty neutral. They're just sort of stating fact for the most part, although they have their own face, so I don't know. But the choir seems... They seem like some negative inner voice for the most part. Reflect. Did I leave the cage open? Crows are sharp, sure, but they can't pick locks. Okay. What else? I'll find my bird. You said the same thing about Jocasta. Jocasta? Yet she never came back. What if the two things are connected? What, my ex and my ex-pet? Yeah. Wait, what if I say the other option? They are not? Sure. What if they were? I hated him anyway. Better this way. You never had the chance to hate first. Because it left me. Oh, yeah. Like, what does it mean? What does it mean? All right, look in the mirror. Fuck you, I'm beautiful. Oh, the choir is saying I look like crap. Mirrors don't lie. Examine my face. The wrinkles betray all 43 of your cycles on your shoulders. You pass your youth down to the new generation. Move along. Nothing to see here. Except for the mustache, of course. You got a beautiful mustache. Thank you. Examine your hips. Fear is accumulating on your hips, adding to your love handles, but they also highlight your crazy obliques. There you go. All in all, you look good for a terminal patient. Thanks. A thick black fog spreads around your heart. Behind the fog, there's a faint light. It's you. It's so shy you could deny it, bend it, or even transform it. Renounce yourself? What does it do if I do the things that give me fist? Renounce yourself. Oh, I don't want to do... oh, okay. Hold on. Let's just... one in each, and then 2 in these. Okay. Ah, it lets me... Okay. Examine your heart. I see. Check your heart rate. You're no doctor. You're just counting beats to show off. How will they remember me? If you're lucky, you're better than you were. Okay. Oh. And then did I look in here? There were about 20 work overalls hanging and only 1 evening suit. They say you can know a person by their wardrobe. And in here? Oh, nails, snails, sharp junk. Yeah, it'd be easy to miss something for sure. There's a lot of little things to click on. Anything in the very top? No. All right. Over here. Stash. All right. This is where we can put things and stow them away. I'm going to put away anything that I don't feel I'm going to use. Scissors, tallies, work badge. Like, these things seem like they're important. Let's leave that there. Waildmar had already packed the bags in case of defeat. During the Kind Journal on the 36th day of Jumanath, in fact, all the citizens of the fief were urged to pack their bags in case of atomic conflict. Okay, nuclear warfare. Left suitcase. London Scotch. It says not implemented, so I'm just going to leave it, I guess. Bandages. Right suitcase, tallies. Sounds good. And I'll take... Yeah, I want to take everything I can, but yeah, there is quite a lot in here. I guess it's my room, so maybe I could come back here later if I want to. Left shelf. The Percivals. Add it to my library. Right shelf. Monromano. And this sound of leaking pipes is reassuring. I think one more thing in the room. Feces packed into large tin cans. The sewage system of Winstan was shut down in the 2003 cycle following the Great Energy Crisis. Since then, citizens have been required to deliver their feces to the fief and contribute to peat production. That doesn't sound good. Peat production sounds like I'm going to be consuming. All right. Maybe before we leave as well, let's just real quick throw the other things I found in the stash. Okay, Gavin Lube. Wait, no, there's one more. The desk, right? Examine surface. There's about 3 centimeters of dust spread over the entire surface. 3 centimeters of reason to convince Egbert not to visit this room. So Egbert we don't want them to see that there's dust. Add this to library. Top drawer, overflowing with ink and pens. Every arc to fight district illiteracy. The factory would offer a pack of pens to all employees. Always more pens than paper. So they want to, okay, inefficiency of government, right? So they want to give us more pens so that we don't become illiterate, but they don't give us paper to write on. So what's the point? Drawer was stuck. But I can use Gavin's Lube to gain Jocasta's Watch and Tallies. Which Jocasta, if you remember from the birdcage, was my ex. All right. That's everything. That's everything in that room. Holy cow, right? Citizens of London Stock, you have nothing to fear. These liberal pigs haven't got long left to live. Following the approval of LMA referendum, the Damage Control Brigade intensifies its operations in the inner district. It will all be fine. The London Lock district will soon cease hostilities. Kofopo's days are numbered. And as soon as we exit our room, Eckberth, you're my bitch, you yellow punk. Got it? Wailed, help! He's trying to kill me. Scene 7A. Egbert was beating Wojciech up in the living room. Egbert's hands were dripping with blood and showed no signs of stopping. A regular day at the office. Clock in or run for it. What are you doing? No one answered. The air was thick with testosterone. Stop right now. Can't get their attention. Say something random. What does it mean when it has the symbol? Let's try it. I'm gay. I'm gay. It doesn't seem to work, but good to know. All right. I'm going to get involved. So I think living passively here is a mistake. Let's fight. Combat. In Glasshouse, is it always about bloodshed? You can talk your opponent out of fighting or attack and give in to the violence. Use items from your inventory to gain an advantage. Okay. Use items in your inventory to gain a tactical advantage over your opponent. But I don't think I want to use a bandage here. Okay. They have low health and high threat. So threat, when I talk to enemies, I can get their threat down by talking to them, or I can just punch them and get their health down. They were already attacking a friend of mine. De-escalate the situation or wield violence. Let's at least try talking once. Select talk options to lower your opponent's threat. The options available are influenced by your political build, and each one requires at least one POV to use. Target weak points, green. The higher your POV, the easier it is to damage your opponent's threat. Avoid strong points. You suffer threat equal to your opponent's POV. Each time you use a talk option, its dice decreases until it can no longer be used. All right. Any unused talk options, dice increase. Opponents react differently to each talk option based on their political build. Find their weak points. So I think with this first fight, I should probably try different things. Ooh. Colonialism is aggression. Persuasivism is Confucianism. Subversive. Ooh, subversive is anarchism. Consequence. Oh, so I can find what is best against them. And then, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different of the different ones I mainly chose from. And then subversivism is in the center. I wonder if that one's always a strong option because it is subversive, because it is anarchism, which is hard to get. So let's try that one first. Oh, it's red. That really doesn't work. I see that today. Oh, you know how it is. I do not wish to waste time. So you don't like me trying to anarchy you up at all. Let's try then. And that took the D10, because they're all D10s, took the D10 down to a D6. Let's try persuasive. Aggressive? Ooh. I'm torn on this. This guy is aggressive themselves. We could try an aggressive. That works well. It's green. 5. Have you put on weight? So you respond well to me, although your TH has not gone down at all and you're hurting me bad. I think I'm gonna have to start hitting you, buddy. You respond well to aggression. Let's test that theory. Combat, attack. Sometimes violence is the only option. Attack your opponent with your equipped weapon to deal damage to health points. Each weapon has its own unique die. I don't have a weapon. Stay focused in combat. You can confirm critical hits, counter your opponent's attacks. Yeah. All right, let's roll this. 2. Yeesh. Wait, in combat, I can counter my opponent's attacks? There must be something I can do in some situations. But they're hurting me bad. All right, roll. 1? Oh, come on. Is there a way I can, like... How do I counter their attacks? Man, this fighting thing is not working for me at all. Roll. Another 1? No way. Yeah, there must be some form of defending myself, or I don't know, like maybe I can find a shield. Enough, Egberth says. Egberth cleaned the blood from his mouth with his lens cloth. Fuck you and that yellow prick. Egberth abandoned the flat, leaving Wojtek in a heap of scraps behind him. Thanks for stepping in, old man. Are you planning to keep tricking each other off? Do we need to remind you that you have a Dormitory to feed? Holy cow. I'm just doing my best over here to keep him alive. Blood on his face, joint between his lips. He seems pleased with himself. Can I take a puff? Sure, but I warned you, this one hits like a train. You feel rehydrated and incredibly motivated to do no evil. What were you fighting over? I kindly tried to express my disapproval of the referendum, and he started saying racist stuff. Are you guys a different... What? I guess you're from a different location, and so that's like what... Okay. Classic Egberth. Alright, hold on. All good? You broke my nose, I need to smoke. Need a hand getting up? Nah. Cleaning up your blood afterward? That should be Egberth's job, and I agree. Yeah, I agree. Let's go and grab... Okay, I gotta go. Okay. I'm a loot goblin right now, okay? Let's just grab... Oh, wait, I can sit? It's Wojtek's favorite chair. Relax, there's still hope. And I can just... sadly sit here, I think. Do I do anything with this? I do like the cinematic, but... How about this? It's Egberth's couch. You can't sit here. Pretend to be Egberth? You feel like a criminal. The brocade doesn't suit you. Tends to push you away. And they're mad. Get off my couch. Okay. What about this one? It's your chair. You fought for it. I had to fight for it? And then I can just chill here. So if I have good relationships with people, they'll let me sit in their chairs. At least there's one advantage, huh? One advantage to that. Examine left shelf. We can get some books. Examine the right shelf. More books. All right. Library. Where are we? T-base between old and new wave. Melancholy turned into joy, an act of resistance against the hollow gap. If the old wave embodied passive acceptance of death, the new wave rejects anything that cannot be celebrated or lived through one's own skin. More than that, it is a form of education, a reclaiming of collective identity meant to transcend death. New wave rejects anything that cannot be celebrated or lived through. What was the old... I guess we don't know what the old wave was necessarily. Acceptance of death. New wave is like, I only accept things that I experience and therefore understand, which is kind of, anti-science to an extent. Like through your experiences, each experience teaches you the odds of something happening one way or the other, and you can gain knowledge through that. But like so the idea with science would be then that you could accumulate that knowledge between different people and store it and then understand things on a broader scale. Maybe that's what old wave is, and new wave is rejection of that and moving more towards just understanding what we can see and feel and grasp without relying on others. But maybe the old wave is something totally different. I'm a little assumptive there. Denationalization and decentralization. So there was a war that struck Middlemore, the Holy War. Truthfully, the reason behind it was rather absurd. Okay, so just talking about some history of the location and tensions rising in general between states or between countries. The first revolutionary, Ermak Panin. The rights of people to self-determination includes the right to their own state. However, the founding of a state does not increase a people's freedom. So a people ought to be able to make their own state because they have the right. It's like sort of a democratic process, or like what do the people decide for their own location? But having a state itself doesn't increase people's freedom, which is sort of decrying or pushing against against systems as a whole, that they actually restrict you further. And so, while people should have the right to make that choice, the choice they make ends up being a bad one for themselves, is the argument. Maybe. Ermak opens his book, Feudocratic Thought of the 1806 cycle, with these words, unaware that, just a few cycles later, he would inspire a global revolution. Okay. So this is just, I feel like these top three books, they're very much about the world around us, that there's a lot of pushing and fighting over belief and policy and ideology and whatever. Monroman's A Murder at the Dusk of the thesis. The bodies were laid out in a row. 'Twas impossible for me to determine the time of death. The snow must have preserved them for days, if not quints, before the border DCB found them. So this is like a detective type deal. Okay. Undercover the Percivals. My name is Ella. I come from the district of Edith, and I was embedded with the Percival Consortium for over 3 cycles. During the transition between the 5th and 6th leadership, legends aren't true. There's not a criminal organization made up of brothers, sisters, and cousins sharing the same name. Percival is instead the name one must earn, a title. I was once a Percival. This is a story of how I managed to bring down 7 brothers in what would later be known as the Great Fitzmonath Raid. The importance of this is hard to tell. So we saw the Londonere 36, which was the closing of, like, basically no one can work. Everyone's just going to go inside and still is going to be paid. It's like an early vacation, which I think is not accurate. This is the 2028 cycle, which is this year. We confirmed it because it's been 7 years since the 2021 cycle. 3 journals before, maybe 3 weeks before everyone got locked down. People voted in. The Burgraves of Winstan Tardis announced that, one side gets voted in, 3 cycles later, the whole world gets locked down. Was it because of that set of people that it gets locked down? Hard to say. Lots going on. Already talked to you. I can listen to the radio, perhaps. Good morning, Learnstock. This program may contain explicit references intended for adult audiences. Comrades, this is Copper Jack speaking from Sabrim Tower. My goodness, I have no words, comrades. If it didn't exist, we would have to invent it. I'm obviously talking about Margrave Delvin, who from today we're calling the Reasonable Radical. Listen to what he did. Hold on tight, comrades. Margrave Delvin. In the 2006 cycle, he entered district politics in Winston with the Radical Party, became the youngest Margrave by 2015. So in the span of 9 years, became the youngest Margrave, which might be a person in politics like maybe a senator. 2020th cycle, he ran for a second time. But this time, no comrades, he was running with the Citizens Reform Party. Margrave's not like the president or like the head. They're probably just high up. Citizens Reform Party. And you might be asking yourselves, but Jack, who did he team up with in the 2025 elections? But of course, with the Citizens Moderate Party, you fools. So they went from a radical to a reformer to a moderate over the span of almost 20 years. Keep listening. Comrades, I'm speechless, and yet every word is true. Now take a wild guess. What did the moderate Margrave vote for in the referendum? But of course, he was in favor of district rearrangement. Or rearmament of the radical reformist coalition. So change around the coalition that you started with. With a crazy tailspin, he then betrayed his party by blaming the moderate Margraves from Edith and Cunningstock for the recent anti-heat laws. So might actually have infiltrated the moderates. Wait. No. Listen carefully, comrades. He said it's his colleagues' fault that it doesn't snow like it used to. He blames them because now it's too hot. Why is Margrave Terra's not responding? Why isn't he denying it? What the hell does she need to do to stop the heat? Just political infighting. Infighting from someone who quickly changed their beliefs over a span of time, it seems like. Welcome to Northern Moor, the highest frequencies across the Middle Moor. Stay safe in these dark times. Wait, is this me? Why is it showing me? Stay safe in these dark times. We will win. Am I going on the radio myself? Am I misunderstanding that? That feels like what that was. What's this? Examine. Oh, wait, I already looked at this, yeah? Or no? Postal Service. During the rifle strike, they proved essential in secretly coordinating in new youth toward the Feudalpunk coup. Message from Flat 26. Okay. Wait a sec. I'll stop by tomorrow morning around 4. We'll read the last chapter of Moors in Uniform. 26th. 26th. I don't know if I remember which flat that was. Put more stuff. Maybe there's one of these in every room, so I don't have to worry about putting stuff away all the time. Go here. Firewood is running out. Fire dances tiredly. It's starving. Your flesh can barely feel it. Am I disappointing the fire? It'll forgive you, eventually. I won't apologize for my precariousness. Apologetic to the end. Open door. Is this where firewood is stored? No. Onions. So maybe we're just actually low on firewood. That can't be good. Plant? Burn this. Luckily, Wojciech has a green thumb. You and Exworth would have massacred everything. Yeah, every single person. That's kind of a funny thing with this idea where... wait, so there's stairs there. Is this a door? Is this doorway? I think this doorway down here is to a different room, right? Or is this to mine? Oh, is this to mine? If you were locked down to just like 3 people, every person's like individual talents that might not seem super important would matter a lot. Have you forgotten something? Maybe I have. Back to it. Oh, no. Back to it. Yeah. So this is my way forward. I want to go upstairs first and get the soup. Soup time. Okay. Well, there's a lot in here. All right. Take. Oh, wait. Take firewood, right? I know just wood junk, but I can probably put that in the stove, right? A wardrobe full of women's work uniforms. After 17 cycles, the smell remains, as does the pain. This is my ex's wardrobe. Examine top shelf. Not implemented. Bottom shelf empty. Okay. Table. LMA referendum. Invitation to green citizens. Knowledge book lockpick. Okay. Yeah. I gotta have that. That's for sure. Latrine. Yeah, let's do it. Open the door, but the handle snaps off. Oh, that's not good. Eckworth warned you to screw the storage room handle in properly. Use MMS on restroom handle. MMS? Multi-magnetic screwdriver. Yes. Oh, okay. Good. Could I break it if I wanted? The handle snaps in. Nice. Okay, we're learning. I think that's going to matter. There's going to be some point where I have limited time to do that, right? At the end of every quint, the DCB delivers rations to the people of Lundstock. Every quint, the rations get smaller. The people were hungry. 6 ration parcels and 5 apartments left. 7 tenants to be fed. So I'm limited on food. I need to feed Tim or else the world ends, basically. They never worked. And is someone going to try to get in here while I'm in here at some point? Like, is this my spot? Eckworth prefers to bathe on the roof with rainwater. Lime scale and hair everywhere. How can you be the leader of all this if you can't even manage your own bathroom? Yeah, that makes sense. But I may be hard. Already tuned into these. Okay, so there's going to be some spots I've already interacted with. No interaction available. But I want to take a shit. Liar. Can't do it. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. Get me out. Out of here. What's down here? Anything? This. Examine spherical map. The planet of Syntesi. The irrefutable proof that we live in a sphere? Oh my god. Even their beliefs like this are like but also are there multiple planets, or is this just like Earth basically? Eckworth claims it's a basin. I wonder what the view is like up there at the foot of, and yeah, let's not obsess over what other people think. It would be terrible at the foot of antithesis. What? Discovering that we are the least interesting thing on the rest. Top shelf? Series of invoices from the 1827 cycle addressed to Manzoni's butchery, past life of this building. Bottom shelf, sharp chuck. Fine, let's go back to this. Claims it's a basin. That's why Wojciech placed it in front of his room. Well, don't intentionally antagonize each other's beliefs, right? Because I mean, you're literally living in an apocalypse. I could have locked it, of course. Reflect on your frustrations. If everything belongs to everyone, then you have the right to enter his room. You're the deputy condo chief. No piece of wood or flesh can shut itself in front of you. You feel an overwhelming pathological urge to pick lock this door. Oh, I can go do that. That's not a good idea. Oh my gosh. Voice workbenches were flooded with brushes and somber colors. Examine. I'm probably gonna do it, I guess. Gavin glue. Oh, I need Gavin glue. Hold on. I gotta come back for this. I have to come back for it. Wow. Use scissors. Sinleaf. Okay. I'll come back for that as well. Stand for the source of chaos. The chimera rises, stirs the masses, and leaves behind onion peels. What? Okay. I need to come back for these. There's so many things. An opinion on his tastes. Progressists, anarchists, woke. Hard to tell. There's literally a bit of everything. Don't be afraid of culture. Left shelf? Yeah, we can at least get this stuff. Right shelf? Update the library. I can't get everything I want to get. All right, got to come back to this room. Go downstairs. Need it all. Okay, downstairs. Here. So put in all this. I feel like these top things I kind of want to keep. Maybe tallies aren't that important. I need scissors. The watch might be useful. Bandages. Oh. Should I use the bandages now? I guess I will. I mean, I'm not sure if I should or not because... Oh, first though, let's see if we can put some wood in the fire. But yeah, I feel like if I use the bandages now. Oh, wait, hold on. Grab firewood. I can't put it in. Okay. Maybe it's not firewood then. Rations? Oh, right, rations. I'll come back for them. Okay. I feel like don't feed egg birth. But then that aggravates egg birth, and then egg birth is even more of a problem, right? Tough. Let's go in here. Give me the glue for sure. Might be useful. Give me... What's this? Wojciech's father. The brushstrokes were harsh, especially around the sides where the belt cinched tight. Okay. Left shelf, right shelf. Tastes. Okay, this was just... that's nothing. Use scissors, take leaf. Can I take more? No. Get rolling paper. Okay. I don't feel like I should do the lockpick. It just seems wrong. Well, if Egbert's not in the room, maybe there's something I can find from that. But what if I fail the lockpick? I think that is everything. Let's put the rolling paper and the sin leaf into here. I'll hold on to the glue because I might need it for something. Oh, and let's also get the rations. Rations out of there. Good. Good. I think we've done everything up here. Egbirth. Looks pissed off. What were you fighting over? Grumbling about the referendum. He was grumbling about the referendum. Something about that militarizing the DCB and a whole load of other rot. Can you believe it? They attack us. And we're supposed to spread our arse cheeks wide? Take it. Thank you for the pleasure. Maybe you should... Oh my gosh. That is right. The last thing our district needs are more weapons going around. I don't know what to say here. I guess I'll try to be your ally. And they wanted the right to vote, too. Okay. What are we fighting over? All good. I spent yellow lying on the floor. Yeah, you know what? Let's break into your room. For one, I don't know if I really like this guy, but I guess we should try to stay in one mind. But, like, I feel like if I have more control in the situation, like, I don't know if I trust these people anyway. All right. Joint lockpick. Lockpick. What does this cost? I could make this. Let's do it. Let's make you. All right. Got a couple lockpicks. Joint. I will make one of these because maybe I'm going to need it for some reason. Oh, not implemented? That's not good. I guess it's fine. What else could I do with it anyway? Maybe I can use it for somebody. I'll just throw it in there. Onion soup. I don't think I have what I need for onion soup. But if I could get what I need for onion soup, couldn't I feed everybody? Okay. Either way, I think that's everything for in here. Let's go out. So many little things to just go and try and find, like, and do in this world. It's like, it's crazy. Spent so long inside that first area. Barely a second after knocking, a weak, ill voice comes through the crack in the door. It's Tim. Has the food arrived by any chance? Tim has a fast metabolism. He did nothing else except fattening himself. Furthermore, he loved to peer through the peephole in the door. A voyeur, a gossip would say. So, if I don't feed you, things are going to go real bad. Apparently. Right? That's what I was told. Big T, what's the story? The Argo's newborn isn't crying today. I finally managed to get to sleep in peace. You started trading punches? Oh, punches. Yeah, I'm not going to make fun of them. Exactly. Your deputy condo chief, sort them out. About the rations. Listen, comrade, today I really don't feel well. I'm just skin and bone. Give me 2. Give you 15 tallies? Take the bribe. Become a real leader. Tallies. No. No, just 1. May Juno be with you, comrade. Tim won't forget this. Well, I'm not going to give him 2, but I'm also not going to not give him any. Is that... I feel like that's right. A real... I mean, we're limited on food. Gosh dang it. Maybe I should have given him 2. It's just 15 tallies. I mean, I don't know. Hands up where I can see him. Who are you, a liberal? I'm not selling my house. You got that? Jeez. Hildebrand was getting senile, one of those harmless old people who pissed on Yellow's doorstep. That rifle is a pre-war artifact, like shit that can fire anymore, so it probably can't fire. Sure about that? Hildebrand is pretty sure his rifle can fire. Also says dogs can't look up. But dogs can't look up. They can. Might be right. I'll just tell him, yeah, I'm his neighbor. Where the rifle stopped trembling was trained on Wildmore's head. Bollocks, Godwin's been dead for years. Godwin is my father, and I am his son. Oh, are you? And I'm Fitzroy, bold buckler. Fitzroy was patron for the military class, one of the 5 founding fathers of Londonstock. He led the rifle strike to the royal palace in 1828, armed with rifle and buckler's shield. Died an honorable death, burned at the stake. Step forward. Wildmore took a timid step forward, challenging the Condo Chief's authority. Hildebrand took aim. Take another step forward. No! Wow, okay. I thought they said it probably couldn't work. What's the purpose of this spectacle? Is it to entertain the audience or to please the gods? From the faintest idea what you're talking about. What is this place? After the applause, the lights resign themselves quietly. The drapes fall. No one knows what happens next. The ship between specter and actor is unfair. You can be art or you can feast upon it. The performance was mediocre, yet no one will leave with an empty stomach. Observe to see what lies beyond. Behind the curtain, the sky has fallen, you are the brightest star. You may leave through the back or believe that perseverance might improve that performance of yours. Retry the scene. Yeah, let's do it. Hands up where I can see him. Okay, let's try again. Raise your hands. What do you want from me, you swine? Make a run to take his weapon. One of Juno's sons. Today I come in charity. Sell me your house, you're surrounded. That's funny. Takes 2 of these, 1 of these, 1 of these. I mean, I guess the thing that takes more. Today I come in charity. Repeated the famous code word that New York used to recognize allies. Oh, okay. Juno is the patron of the working class, one of the 5 founding fathers of Ludenstock. Comrade, accept your charity. I beg you, please accept my weapons. Good decision, comrade. Nice. Perfect. Okay, that guy's crazy. So, I'm not giving them any rations. I think I'm just preparing for the worst. Although, he has a gun. He's preparing for the worst. But if I starve him out, he's going to get crazy and go attack people eventually. If I do that, I feel like... What can I do for you, bud? Go and send these into here. Oh, am I in your house? Where? What is this? They created a whole, like, bunker system. But I can't get on their side, really, because they're just going to go crazy later and try and shoot me anyway, right? I don't know. We'll see. Observe Dormitory 71A. Beauregard isn't grilling onions. Strange. The morning sound of Beauregard's grilled onions was legendary. The statue of Juno. This horizon. Black and straw-colored smoke. Yeah, makes sense. Wondered why Kofopo is obsessed with yellow. Yellow is cool. You know those chimney sweeps who always gather outside the Golden Crow pub. The dress code, for some reason, requires at least yellow pants, a ribbon, or a cap. If you pay attention, there's always surrounded by women. Yellow gets you laid. People start revolutions to get laid. Observe the statue of Juno. The opposing statue of Juno had watched over the wind stand for more than 150 cycles. This day, however, the face was veiled in smoke from the warring districts. She can't see us today. Streets of Windstand. Let's just leave that alone. What do I want? Can I take anything from you? The the Kindcast, maybe, is covered the recent explosion at Factory 90, or number 32. It's terrifying what happened to the Lundstock district. Trust me, young man, take up arms. Liberals are coming. You're crazy. I'm not giving you anything, dude. All right, go here. A dead squirrel in the pan. What if I could just make 1 onion soup, though? Ooh, done? Oh, youngster, hands off that. All right. I think I want to get this guy destroyed because I need their stuff. Collection of notes on squirrel anatomy and radio frequency science. We'd love to say we're surprised, but boy, who said you could snoop through my stuff? I'm doing it. Looks like this tub hasn't seen water in many days. Maybe what I can do is lockpick into here when they're out of here, instead of trying to like cause a problem early. Regarding the rations, all good? Look, 1,000 warriors became that of the bewildered young boy. Boy, youngster, is it you? My head is exploding. Scared me. Well, at least I'm more vigorous than my... Don't worry. Everything's all right. Everything is all right? Where's at our gates, comrade? Not even at war with the fiefdom of the oil. Same scum. Anyone who doesn't dream in our language is an enemy. Do you know that when the spiritists pray, they amputate their left arm? Yeah, just a bunch of... Yeah, I see. So the spiritists are against them, and there's just a bunch of made-up stuff about them. Talking about religion. You're talking religion. Exactly, young man. Do you not find it ridiculous to love the sky? Huh. I mean, whatever. Regarding the rations, about time. I'm hungry. No rest until next week. Sorry. Hildebrand attempted to hide his belly's disappointment with difficulty. Mechanic has so decided it is for the good of the fiefdom. May Juno be with you. Hildebrand won't forget this. So I'm making everybody mad. I made the one guy mad because I didn't give him 2. I'm making this guy mad because I didn't give him 1. But I feel like it's the right call. Like, this person's seems like a liability. They're literally they out of their mind. Okay, let's go downstairs. They tried to get me killed just because I walked up to them. Like, everyone here might have their own problems, but that guy especially, I think. All right, 26. Buddy. What do we... Why am I... Did I just cough up blood? Oh, okay. Thou hast come upon the bottle's very end. Every keen to your blood turns darker than the one before. I know I'm dying. Don't be dramatic. I'm merely running low on pills. Let's do that. Time, you are running short. Statistically, I'm right in line with the average. I can buy it with pills. Wrong. At the death market, all you can buy is more suffering. Well, there's degree in applied suffering. I am on the whole reasonably content with my life. As you raise a monument to mediocrity, all you can do is recall your finer moments. DCB vassal. Comrade Waldmeyer, we have reason to believe that your wife may be a spy. I spoke with Sigmar from the security department. I'm afraid, Wald, your application has been rejected. Egbert, you're an imbecile. Do you realize you've completely ruined the entire Juminath production? I'm recalling that... Okay. Knock. Noise of small feet treading on broken glass. Sigga. Who is it? Sigga, Lady of Glass. She believed herself to be made of glass, and as such was scared of shattering. To keep her shards together, she had the habit of sinking methamphetamine cocktails on doctor's order, of course. Oh, that's not good. Hey, Sig, all good? The wall was cracking last night, or creaking. It wasn't the wind. Talking about apartment 26. I looked behind the wallpaper. There was nothing there, you understand? Are you saying the walls fell? I've seen behind the wallpaper. The Argo's pipes go all the way underground where God is. Since when did they move God to the lower floors? Of course, I'll have it seen to that you have your bricks replaced. Because I've stopped their singing, there is no hope left. Okay, you're all crazy. I'm not giving you... I'm just going to hold rations for next week. Got any coagulant to give me? Ekbroth uses it only to stop his nosebleeds. Want me to steal some coagulant from Ekbroth? Why? Small, bony fingers tapped rhythmically on the doorpost. I finished my meds. I need more glue. Do me this favor and I'll lift a weight off your shoulders. Feels like a side quest, but today we're main characters. Who gives? Yeah. Hold on. Let's do it. I don't like Egbert. I'm going to do this, but I'm not giving you any rations. Because you're crazy. You're too crazy. I got to leave it for the people that I can trust. If you're this crazy, you've already been getting rations. I feel like you're going to become such a liability if I feed you. All right, up we go. I'm going to hold on to my like actually useful crew. I like the guy that I was just talking to. I don't like the old guy. I don't like her. I gotta find at least one more sane person in this world. Maybe this is the wrong call. I mean, I'm being a little too picky, I guess, because we found 2 crazy people, 1 sane person, and 1 violent person so far. All right, lockpick. Okay, give me a weapon. Table is neat and clean. His rigor is annoying. In on Tace, radically left wing, he loops around the end to the right. Examine left shelf. Okay. Right shelf. All right. Interesting. Let's go in here. What do you got? Surface. Top drawer. Bottom drawer. Look closely. Smaller than it seems from the outside. There's a false bottom. You notice 4 small boats on the edges. Use MMS. Yeah, let's do it. Bandages and coagulant. Yes, perfect. He's going to know that I was in here. Of course, workbenches were a graveyard of impossible distances and faded objects. Accustomed to writing down thoughts and motivational phrases on little scraps of paper. Process and productivity. Trust in the means of production. He hates voice sec. The end justifies the means. I can be better. Juno's breast. How many did he write? Keep reading. Right. You're his best friend, or maybe he's his only one. You have every right to do this. So you're saying you're my best friend. You're not my best friend, dude. I don't care what the game wants to say. You are not my best friend, and I'm not feeding you. But I'm running low. I'm going to need at least 3 people. I have 2. One of them's kind of a passive guy here, and the other one's Egbert. I have 1. I have me and this guy. I need 1 more person. Need a hand getting up. Nah, I want to feed you, dude. How do I feed that guy? All right. Let's go down the steps. I don't know. What do I do here? Like, because I can hold on to a ton of rations this way. All right. You, coagulant. Do something good for me, and then I'm not feeding you, though. All good. You've got me any coagulant? Yes. Egbert uses it only to stop his nosebleeds. Yes. Small gift for your weary tool belt. Oh, I can't. I want to use it so bad. It's not implemented. Ugh. Fix everything. Somehow it sounds like a farewell. It is, because I'm not giving you any food. I mean, yeah. Don't worry, I won't be around for long. Siga, maybe, just maybe, won't forget this. I don't know, she might forget it. Maybe I'm hoping for that. Knock on the door, no answer. All right, I'm Waldemar from number 28. My ear to the keyhole. No crying, no family fight. Only a Carolyn playing the notes of Honey, Bring Me the Heat. I can deliver 3 rations in the post box? Why? Okay, I'll come back for it. Maybe I do want to do that. I have enough rations now because I didn't feed 2 people, and I'm not feeding Egbert. That gives me 3. Now, I really need 4, though, at that point. 3 rations would be a lot. All right. Director, London Stock has been in the lockdown for 57 days. Breaking the rules would be punished with prison. Reflect on the war. Technically, we're not at war. It's the prelude to one. London Stock District has been in revolt since the fall of the Overbridge construction site. When the council's promises collapse, orphans find new parents in the Ko-Po. For a new globe, more united and efficient like it used to be. Freedom. Leave the door and get arrested. Is that really freedom? Yes, we voted for the ones who decide for us. No. The Great Feudal Council operates where you've allowed it to. You must accept the people's freedom to chain themselves. Popular individual freedom, civil or uncivil. Just because you don't see a short-term solution doesn't mean one doesn't exist. If a young person has no ideals, they have no heart. New POV unlocked. If an adult still has them, on the other hand, they have no brain. Fated comrades. What defines a Londoner? What virtues shape are... Oh, like Londoner? Maybe? Londoner? Maybe that's what it is. What would they give their life for? Reader, if these questions find no answer, then you are a victim of the cultural fading that plagues our fiefdom. Our comrades must reclaim discipline, method, and action. We do not need new soils. We need a return to our roots. It was snowing, and yet the sky was made of wood. Yeah, I feel like that kind of is my character's problem is, or not my character, but all their problem is like, I guess some feel passionate. There's a lot of like not passionate people, but then Egbert is passionate. Maybe Egbert isn't so bad. Maybe I'm being too critical of him. It's just that he was attacking someone when I started the game. Maybe I want to give Egbert food. And get rid of the crazy people. Because at least Egbert has a belief system. Egbert also wants to take my job, though. But maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. I have less interest in this. It's long ago. But the idea is that there's been, like, unrest for a long time that's founded these... Maybe or part of the reason, anyway, for these conflicting people. Bandages, rations. Okay, let's go Examine. Send pneumatic message. Cauldron House of Windstain. This is a DCB department. Basil speaking. How can we help you? How's the conquest of Lunduk's district going? Any news from the district of Windstain? Exit permit? No. District, the Lunduk's district doing? Brave vassals are gaining precious ground with every passing minute. District of Windstain now safe as our borders. How should I act in case of suspected espionage? A spy. If your neighbor is a spy, Kofopo, or interfeudal, report them immediately. Our vessels are always at our service. Oh, yeah. But I can't... Who would I report? I could report the crazy lady, but I can't really report the guy with the gun. How may we inspire you today? Quote of the day, Juno Fitzroy... Viverex? Vivera? I can't do it. I can't do it. Get out of there. I can't. I don't want to talk to like quoting people. Replica of that white flag raised by the Death Nation of Hold the Nail. I think the only useful thing I did there really was just order the pills, but that seems important. I can break the display case? That just seems so chaotic and pointless. What? Why can't I do so? I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like if I had certain beliefs, maybe I would do these things. Bags of coal destined by the dormitory engine room. We're not allowed in there. Oh. Examine. Pressure doors were created by the early 900s. Only feudal operators or DCB vessels has access to it. Rendered to all citizens. Property is personal up to a point. Lock consisted of a simple circular brass slot. Read the sign. Okay. Oh, let's go here. Yep, fecal. Yeah, so this is just where we interact with actual people. They'll come in, maybe from this locked door. Knock. No, this is McKenna. Get in. Okay, come inside. So this is the person we can rely on. This is our third. And there are 7 people. We know 2 of them we can't rely on. 1 is potential. So there's still 1 other person that I need to figure out. McKenna Dormitory 73B's condo chief. Her advanced cycles made her role model for the district community because she's just older. Once a close friend of Godwin, McKenna grew to become a mother figure. Okay. But I don't know if I can trust you. Okay. Chief, all good. Chaos in the upper floors. Somebody that beat each other up again. More tired than usual. All under control. Emma will be here soon. I don't want problems. We must be a model dormitory. Or forget those extra rations. Of course, comrade. Good. Approve the LMA referendum. We need all the weapons we can get unless we fancy any of like other fiefdoms. First, Moravika, then Berlin. In the last few arcs, the East major fiefdoms have dropped like flies under the atomic weapons of the Kofopo Union. I don't know why we're still waiting to attack. It isn't easy attacking a phantom nation. Their maps contain different borders to ours. You think their voting was regular? How could you say such a thing? Each dormitory has been vetted by the DCB, district by district. Don't believe this Kofopo nonsense. I will never forget this lack of faith. What? Okay, you think we'll win? Gosh, dang it. Okay. What should I do if someone tries to bribe me for extra rations? Shove a boot in his mouth and then report it to me. I'll even give him a mine. Or boot. Yeah, I want... Can I... Yeah, delivering you rations for sure. I want to report... Can I report? I want to report them. How do I report? Because I don't like that that guy did that. New rations today, right? Night at 1700. What's wrong? Someone upstairs complaining again? The rations shrink. Tim filed a complaint. Wish I had his metabolism. What a pain. Yeah, because I only gave Tim the 1. All right, well, so now she knows, I think. You look tired. I'm old. She was 62. 57 days slouched on a couch haven't helped these bones, but I do still kick your ass and ship you off to D-oil if you piss me off. What even reading? Mostly newspapers. Okay. Good Luke was a good crow. Speaking of the test, how does she know? Why are we talking about like he's dead? If he hasn't come back by now, he's probably ended up in someone's grill. Loves shooting at anything that he can't shoot back. Yeah. I mean, fair. I mean, I kind of think it makes sense that they would eat the crow a little bit, you know? If rations are so extremely thin like this, McKenna's baked her legendary onion cookies. Like, it feels like you got to do what you got to do a little bit. Take here. Dormitory complaints in the nightstand. Almost all of them are written by Egbert and Tim. All right, where am I going here? Here. A small altar of photos depicting Fenella, McKenna's sister. Left us 7 cycles ago because of the pitch black. The right to have a remembrance altar of your own. Oh. I have the right, but I choose not to for Jokatha or whatever. Looks like McKenna. Don't get in my business. Okay, all right. McKenna's gross domestic product. I don't get it. Of course I do. Yeah. Women produces extra. Liars. New POV unlocked? What am I unlock? Okay, okay. I'm unlocking POVs for... What was that? I was just made a joke on that one. Why do you get another ideology there? Maybe I'm getting them for interacting with things or something. One more colonialism because I want more anarchism, and then holisticism I generally like. So I guess I want to keep with holisticism. It feels like, well, it depends on the person, but it feels like she's not going to forget that I had a lack of faith. Real black fireplace. Wait, hold on. But what I want to do here, I want to check, what was I voting with before? Colonialism. So she doesn't like colonialism, and I don't think I don't like it either. So I want to avoid using flags where I can, because that made her mad, and she's my ally. Photos on the mantle. Kenna and Godwin, our father. Photos in uniform. Watch the fire. Okay. I should not have. Gosh dang it! I shouldn't have gotten the flag. I didn't realize I was gonna make her mad. It makes sense though. Let's go up here. Because she's more. She wants us to rely and lean on the systems that we have. She's very like institutional. And what I'm saying is like, if they can't do anything about it, then like, why should I trust them? Why should I believe them? I should just take the power for myself. That's colonialism, I guess. That seems like the problem. Looks like McKenna. So anything that I read there makes her mad. I want to avoid doing that as well, maybe. All right, let's get out. Yeah. Okay. Anything else I can say to you before I leave? No. Dang, I wish I could take it back. I didn't mean to have a lack of trust. I'm not a colonialist. Journal updated. Okay. But maybe by doing so, I'm raising my skills somehow as well. Here. Put away anything? Not really. Okay. What does it use when I do this? If I break it? Colonialism. I don't want to do that. It's not me. It's just not me. All right, up. But also, oh, 26. Why is this open? Door was open? Inspect the lock? Completely picked. Argo lost his keys again? Everyone would own everything? I'm not really like that. But I guess I can do it. Personal property makes us envious weak. We should get used to living without shelter. Stars are our shelter? Enter. Why? Wait, did doing that delay me and cause a problem to me, maybe? What's here? Trace of blood. Lead towards the bedroom. Lick it. But this is the one I like, right? I like the light bulb. Right pinky into the liquid floor resolutely put in his mouth. So is it tomato? Well done, detective. Funny. Okay. There are bloody fingerprints along the edge of the table. Whatever happened, it looks like it started here. This doesn't bode well. No. Go this way. No signal. Won't budge. Break the door down. I have lockpicks, don't I? Wait, hold on. Yeah, I have a lockpick, but it won't let me use it here. So I'm assuming breaking it down is the way to go here. Break the door down. Let's do it. I guess it's good that I have some colonialism, or else I won't be able to do this. Nope, not exactly locked. Something behind is holding it shut. Well, it's not locked. Okay. Over here. Wait, this apartment wasn't heated? Check here. Check mail. Message from apartment 28. Hey, old man, I need you. Things are going south over here. Okay. Let's go in. Examine bookshelf. Will be thrown to the ground. Hidden compartment or secret door. What's the difference between reason and conspiracy thinking? Examine floor. Okay. All right. Journal updated. That night, Argo and Isabel went to sleep not knowing it'd be their last. Wilmar clenches fists. Wait. There's 7 people, but now there's only 5 people. And I chose not to feed 2 of them. So I could get advantage by feeding egg birth. No, I have 3. Wait, there's 5 people. No, there can't be 5. How were there 7 people at one point? No, there were 7 rations and 8 people, I guess. Maybe that's what it was. And so now there's 6 people, and I could have 3 out of the three of 6. That might be okay. Inspect Argo. 2 things were certain. Argo was dead, and Wildmare had no clue where to begin. Chest. Placid, like a balloon. Underneath the public jingle in his chest, violent traumatism. No signs of physical violence. Head. Eyes wide open, well-defined veins around the iris. Okay. Ocean of blood from his lips to the neck. Clean the neck. Full of scratches all over. Not enough to explain the exorbitant amount of blood. Self-inflicted. Limbs. Light abrasion on arms and legs. His high concentration of blood in the hands and... Okay. A more careful look, however, revealed a mysterious cut that had scarred on the right brachial muscle in the forearm. For men, we love talking about our scars. Why did he hide it? Isabel beat him. No. What? Okay. Inspect Isabel. Even her corpse is charming. Okay. No mortal wound in the arm and legs. The hands displayed a large quantity of blood, locus above all in the fingertips. Did they attack each other and then this got put back here? Skin residue under the fingernails. Okay. Contusions in the hips. Fearsome stiffness. Okay. Recent death. Eyes were injected with coagulated blood. Bed without any signs of physical violence. Creaking walls last night. Siga. Yeah. Bricks were creaking, right? May have a witness. May have a witness. Now say it out loud and listen to yourself. Our witness is someone who thinks she's made of glass. We only have 6 people alive, though. What could possibly go wrong? Check the bed sheets. Seem more like a burial than a crime scene. Yeah. Collecting the causes of death. Inspector, your conclusion? No visible wounds and the blood comes from the orifices. No blunt instruments or firearms were used. Blood deliberately left their body. Menstruation, oh my god. Yellow pest. I can't see any yellow boils, but they are bleeding from their... Okay. Poison. Humbly take a step back and return to assembling pipes. Reflect on consequences. Deliver new quaint rations tonight. First patrol the area to make sure everyone is in residence. What will you and McKenna say when they find the corpses? If we pretend not to know versus saying they were killed. But if we say that they were killed and we don't know how it happened, either way they're going to be suspicious. I guess we'll say they were killed. To the antithesis, don't concentrate on the finger pointing the way to it or you'll miss all its glory. Things are altogether more pragmatic in times of war. Out of caution, DCB will classify our dormitory as a suspected Kofopo household and the rest is all. There's something in all of this that is escaping you. Only 2 corpses, where's Edgar? Exactly, why did we not hear him cry this morning? A series of feelings of doubt spanned the length of spine. Was the murderer still inside? What? Oh no. Ah, jeez. Okay. Time to loot. Argo and VoiceSec were obsessed with crime novels. Right. Open the drawer. Maintenance wardrobe key. Yes. Give me that. Maintenance wardrobe. Maintenance wardrobe. Maintenance wardrobe. How do I get this? Oh, this. Oh, okay. Here. Kind of hard to tell. Examine. No trace of blood. The bed is immaculate, but by Juno's grace. Under the pillow, tallies. Okay. Under the mattress. Okay, what is that? A book? Why is it under the mattress, though? The day of misery. Where are the Argos? I need to check what's under those bed sheets. Juno, help me. I heard a noise coming from the bathroom. If the killer is still in there, I must act with firmness and vigor. Okay. This was the book that was under the baby's bed sheets. People of Duel found no peace. The sudden appearance of a burning globe in the sky disturbed their rest. Night was lit in the day, and a constant hum rendered all daily activity impossible. Barricaded in their shacks, they awaited the return of Charles of Feudalpunk, who had ventured the hill, eager to observe and understand the strange phenomenon. Days passed, and there was no word of Charles. Many presumed him dead. A quint went by, then an arc, eventually an entire cycle. So quints are weeks, arcs are seasons, cycles are years. Glow burned on, unmoving in the sky like a watchful eye, and unrest spread among the people, until suddenly its light vanished and a true night fell once more. Then from the hill, 2 figures descended to meet the gathered crowd. One was their leader, his face had changed. New muscles adorned his jaw. The other lacked any distinct features, and yet its face reflected all that stood before it. Fear took hold of the people. Tension swelled. From the crowd, someone hurled a stone at the faceless figure, but it struck Charles instead, wounding him in the eye. Unshaken, the ruler placed a hand upon his heart, began to sing a melody of comfort. Needless to say, the violent farmer was later drowned in a puddle of mud. Okay. I don't know if I understand. Examine post-it. Fix the ventilation fan. We can hear all the crap from the bathroom. Open. Locked. And his wardrobe key. Crowbar. Yes. I need it. How do I take it? Ah, yes. Okay. How do I equip it? I just have it in my inventory, maybe? Yeah, it's not like an equipment slot, so... Alright. Here we go. I now have a crowbar. Won't budge. Use crowbar. Door is blocked from the other side. There's nothing to do here. I can't go in. But, oh, I can go in from another side. How do I do that? Or no, I can't. Fan? Use examine. Always wondered where the pipes lead. It's a sickness. You see a hole, you want to go inside. You want to see where it leads. You're a mole. Every mole needs its claws. Where are yours? All right. Passage unlocked. Enter. Let's do this. Oh, cool. I like that. That's a cool feature. So we climb through the vent and get to this side. Kevin's lube. Drop an onion. Is there a way for me to do that? No. Oh, wait, but I could just go through here. Okay. Go do this, and then this chest. I can put away the onion, the tallies. All right, go through. I can get the lube. Nice. What else? Oh, you're in here. Or something's in here. Are you alive? I don't think you are. Wait, no. Are your hands in front of your face? Maybe you are alive. Okay. Examine. Too thick to see through. Examine carefully. Fabric fluttered slightly. Someone's breathing behind the curtain. All right, open. Someone's breathing, so they're definitely alive. What? Oh, they have the baby. Yeah. What to do? Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. It feels like it was like about to hit a kind of a peak. I don't know if I was making the right choice in terms of who to feed and who not to feed. I guess it doesn't matter because it's just a playtest, but like, yeah, curious. Yeah, I very much like the systems involved, like political systems and trying to understand them. There's clearly like a lot to the world that's been built into that in a full fleshed out game, like knowing who the day oil, who the like all these different names, all these different situations that have happened in the past, they're setting up for something really major. In this, it feels like you're just being flooded with things, but I think maybe with multiple playthroughs or just as you get further into the game, you start to get familiar with all these different characters and situations, and it allows for something a lot of games don't usually have, which is this like much deeper level of complexity. Congrats, comrade. You completed the Discord playtest of Glass House, the result of 3 years of tireless work, without funding and only in our spare time, which is so cool. That's just something that there's a video essentially on all this. I don't know, it's sort of inspiring. I guess, you know, we could take a peek at that. There's some cool shots here where they're working on designing the lighting, for example. There's just so much that goes into this sort of thing, and they spent 3 years working on it as a team with no funding. Like, no one's getting paid. Everyone's just doing what they can here and there to kind of build this passion project or make this happen. And you saw, I mean, the graphics, the music, everything is just so, despite being a playtest, it's so polished. So, you know, I hope the best for the game. I hope the best for those making it. I hope you have enjoyed taking a look at Glass House, because it is, I don't know, it's cool. It's just a cool game. I'd like to play more of it when it fully releases. I hope I get the opportunity to do so, because I feel like I went through all the work of like learning all these different characters. I just want to see what happens next. So anyway, thanks so much for coming around. Support Glass House. Hope you will enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, I wanted to briefly, and I probably have a million things up right now, but I wanted to briefly just talk at the end of this. You may have noticed, probably noticed that was a pre-recorded gameplay. I'm kind of glad that I did, not just because I think it allows me to fit more into this week. I was able to get my schedule set up, for example, while that was going on, but also because I think pushing or focusing on this game pretty intentionally is a good idea. It's covering topics that aren't as simple as like press the attack button, press the defend button. It's like politics, it's the inner workings of different characters, and I was very, very impressed with it. I'm sure as we go along, there's going to be a lot of different, because it's narrative-focused games, a lot of different games in that kind of style, some of which I may do live, and maybe I won't handle them as well as I would have liked to. So again, I'm glad to have done it this way for this one. Don't expect it for all of them. But yeah, and I appreciate the dev who popped in during the stream and chatted with me. It's always a pleasure to talk to someone who's involved in creating something so impressive. It's the fact that I find this so impressive that makes being part of the Choose Wisely Festival such an important or great thing to be part of. It's very much appreciate. I very much appreciate the existence of it. But I'm going to end this stream off, and we'll do more streams. I'm sure a lot of we'll do probably three streams a day going forward. Besides on Wednesday, I try to take the one day off a week just to make sure I'm able to handle things, that I'm not overdoing it. But besides Wednesday, we should do three of these narrative games each day. And I will also be sending you all into another creator, Scarlet or Regressive, that I've played games with, and that is playing games specifically in the Choose Wisely Festival. I want to try to forward people around into other streamers who are covering this festival, because I think it is important. But again, thank you so much to the dev, and thanks to anyone else who joined in across this or is watching after the fact. All right, later on. See you in the next one.